Good morning, world. Here I am, day 14 of 30 bits of bravery that I'm going to share with you. All started with a challenge to do 30 days of live videos. I modified that. Always modify a challenge as you need to, or pretty much anything in life to make it fit your needs. As a true blue rule follower, I am learning how to let go of the rules and honor the spirit of the guidelines. I think it was in Pirates of the Caribbean where there was the code, the code. Well, they're really more guidelines. Good morning, Mary. So today I am going to continue this journey of sharing a few minor little itty bitty acts of bravery that I have performed over the course of my life. And so today's is going to be silly. Yesterday's I was talking about skeet shooting and auto repair class and a channeled writing class, and how that went a little bit deeper than I really thought it would. So today I thought I would lighten it up, and we are going to talk hair color. Yes, hair color. What does hair color have to do with being brave? Well, for many of the ladies out there, I think you can appreciate, and maybe not agree, but appreciate that our hair for women, a lot of times, this is part of our identity. Whether we wear it short or we have it long, whether we use it to kind of hide behind. I remember as a little girl, I had long hair and I was always pulling it to cover my face. And it's part of who we are, our identity. When I was probably in my mid-20s, maybe early 30s, I started coloring my hair. I never liked the color of it. When I was very young, it was blonde. And then through my teenage years, it became this mousy, dirty blonde, mousy brown color. Never really liked it. But of course, don't we always like things that other people have? We see the color of their hair and we say, oh, I want that. And we may not really think about whether that color looks good with our complexion, whether it's something we want to maintain. So many things go into our hair color, doesn't it, ladies? So I started coloring my hair, say around 30-ish. And then I just kept coloring it and coloring it and coloring it. And sometimes I would switch it up a little bit. Sometimes I would have my natural color kind of as the foundation and put highlights in it. Sometimes I would go more of a daring reddish color, which that was my favorite color. Favorite color. I liked the person that I became, that I felt when I had my hair colored red. Yes, Mary, not for you anymore, not for me anymore either. And I'll tell you, that was a tough transition for me. And here's how it kind of came about. When I was married to Jerry, I kept my hair short. I liked it short. He liked it short. And so it was just a natural thing to do. And I colored it. I just did highlights and such. But then once we got divorced and I started thinking, okay, who am I as an individual now? And I let my hair grow out. To be honest, that was more kind of laziness for not keeping it up. And I had kind of toyed with the idea of letting my hair grow for years and just never did because Jerry preferred it short. So I let my hair grow out and I kept coloring it, kept coloring it. And then when Earl and I started dating, one day he said, what is your natural hair color? I don't know, probably some shade of gray. Because by this point, I was 50 years old. Certainly the gray was coming into play. I know when I had my roots touched up or just, an overall color, the stylists were always talking about, well, how much gray is in there because it impacted the chemical process of all of the dyes that they used. Hey, Mary. And so he asked me what my natural hair color was, and I really didn't know. So I decided, he kind of asked me to, but he didn't ask in a demanding way, but just kind of you should let your natural color come out. And so I did. So this is all natural color I still don't like the color of it. And sometimes I look at pictures of us hiking in the earlier days when my hair was colored, and I think, yes, I want to go back to that red. But red is really a difficult color to maintain because it washes and it fades out very quickly. But I did feel so much more confident when I had red. Um, Red hair, especially, people react to it and they respond to it. When I started the last job that I had that ended up stressing me out, my hair was red when I started. Well, actually, no, it was blonde when I interviewed. And then by the time I started, I had dyed it red. So I walked in there and people kind of think when you have red hair, you know, you've got that temper, you're kind of a no nonsense person. And it allowed me to step into that role with more authority because people saw this redheaded woman coming and they just weren't going to mess with me. They knew I was in the military, I had red hair, they weren't going to mess with me. So it made my start at that job a little bit easier, I think. And then over time I transitioned and then finally went natural. But yes, it took courage, because it took courage to go through that stage of, again, this is me projecting out onto the world. This is who I was and who I still am to some degree. But how many times do you see a woman and you can see the root lines and you say, oh, girl, go get your hair done. And we may not say it to her face, but we're thinking it. Oh, if you're going to do that hairstyle and you're going to do that color, you really need to keep it up. Please tell me it's not just me, because I would hate to think I was the only horrible person that does this. But I knew that if I let my hair color grow out, that was going to be me. And I had the choice as it started to get to grow out a little bit more. I could have been very bold, which was what my cousin did, and she just cut it all off so that all she had was her natural, beautiful silver. And it was stunning on her. And she has since let it grow out even more. But the natural color can be so beautiful. And I think if we step out of our own minds and our own way of thinking about things, we can appreciate it. Of course, now I wish that my hair was stunningly silver, but it's mousy brown. It is what it is. It is who I am. And that's what I'm going to go with, because ultimately my hairstyle, my hair color, my hair length does not define me. But sometimes we fall into that trap where it does. And I can say this for today. Tomorrow I might feel differently. Tomorrow, if I'm having a really bad hair day, I may think that the world has just come crashing down, because sometimes we do get tied up in these vanity things. So yes, letting my hair grow out to its natural color took a little bit of courage, took a long time. And I would look in the mirror and I wouldn't like what I was seeing, because I could see the line where the dye had stopped and the natural was growing in. But I had to move beyond that. I had to move beyond that discomfort of seeing something that I didn't like, to move beyond the point where I could see something that's okay. It's still not my here I am just playing with my hair, because I don't think about my hair all that often, but right now suddenly I'm very self-conscious of it. Yes, and Mary says she couldn't deal with the color line, didn't want to give in to color it, but didn't see a choice. Oh, well, have a good time at your hairdresser, Mary, and your hair looks stunning the way it is, and it looks marvelous the way you get it fixed. That was one thing years ago when I was married to Jerry, and I still do it with Earl. Whenever I'm going to get my hair cut, I will let him know before I go. And then when I get home, I will say, doesn't my hair look beautiful? These are not things that many people notice. And if you want a response, have fun with it, and let them know what happened and tell them the expected response. It has helped so much over the years with communication, because instead of feeling angry or invisible, because why didn't you notice that I got my hair done? It may just be something they're not going to notice. It's not important in their world. So if it's important to me, I would go home and say, got my hair done today. The correct response is, it looks amazing. So we had done that, Jerry and I, a few times. And then finally, I would send him a text message and say, yes, I'm going to get my hair done. And he would immediately respond and say, it looks great. He was covered. I was happy. Just a little bit of levity about something that we really can take to heart, because we think it's a dramatic change and someone doesn't notice, and it makes us feel invisible. So how did what I wanted to be just kind of a fun topic end up getting that deep into relationships and such? But hopefully it is helpful. So that was my act of bravery. I know for many women out there, they really struggle and it takes them months, sometimes years, to make a decision on whether to really make a drastic change to their hair. Today, ladies, I encourage you, be bold, be brave, go out there and make a change. It's only hair. It's going to grow back. You can always go back and get the color put in. Whatever we're doing with it, you know, ponytail days. That's the thing I love most about having longer hair, is it can just go up. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this little talk about something as simple as getting our hair colored. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.